Hello and welcome to Council Recap, where we take the content of the City Council meetings and give you the breakdown. I'm Kayla Moeller. There were a few presentations this week. First, the Council heard from Cal Recycle in regards to Senate Bill 1383. Its purpose is to combat climate change by reducing short-lived climate pollutants in California. The presentation gave an overview of the bill's requirements, and state enforcement will begin in 2022. The state hopes to have a 75% reduction in landfill organic waste by 2025. Next was a presentation from the Director of the Finance Department, Felice Lopez, about the annual budget for the 2021 to 2022 fiscal year. A breakdown of revenue and general funds was presented by category, like police funding, housing, community services, and departments. In the resolution portion of the meeting, Resolution 8279 was passed to update the city's pay schedule, which will reflect the minimum wage increase starting January 1st, 2021 from $13 to $14. For CalPERS purposes, the updated pay schedule will show earnable compensation, and elected official monthly stipend will also be reflected. Resolution 8282 was adopted to accept and execute the grant from the Federal Aviation Administration for an improvement project to maintain safe and efficient airport operations. The objective is to install FAA-grade slurry seal on 390,000 square feet of taxiways that will extend the life expectancy of the current pavement. Resolution 8283 was adopted to establish the city's appropriations limits for the 2021-2022 fiscal year as required by the California Constitution. This limit determines the maximum amount of funds that can be made from tax receipts. Any excess amounts must be returned to residents or spent by a majority vote. Resolution 8284 approved the budget for fiscal year 2021 to 2022. The citywide proposed budget for 2021 to 2022 is just under $155 million. In the public hearing portion, two resolutions were adopted. First, Resolution 8280 approved the annual engineer's report, confirmed the assessment diagram and assessment amounts, and authorized the levy and collection of assessments for improvements of the street lighting system for the fiscal year 2021 to 2022. Then Resolution 8281 was also approved to authorize the second step in the weed abatement assessment process. In this program, the city hires a contractor to do weed and rubbish removal on private property. Next, in the general matters portion, City Council received, approved, and filed the city's investment report for the quarter, which ended on March 31st, 2021. City Council granted an appeal reversing the Planning Commission's decision as it pertains to a hotel project site plan located at 11519 Acacia Avenue. The Planning Commission determined that the changes to the original plans are modifications that will require a new application process. Council has reversed that decision, deeming the proposed changes as a minor modification, allowing the project to move forward. There is a discussion on outdoor dining within the city. A slideshow demonstrated information on how to obtain a permit application and the process for restaurants to apply. Staff recommended guidelines for possible uses of sidewalks as well as parking lots for outdoor dining. Council also voted to extend waiving the fees for permits for outdoor dining. The city manager's consent calendar had a few items this week. First, the city has given the contract for the Hawthorne Municipal Airport Pavement Rehabilitation Project to XL Paving Company of Long Beach. They'll be in charge of the pavement rehabilitation of taxiways. Also, City Council voted to approve the second progress payment to United Stormwater Inc. of Industry, California for the Street Inlet Improvement Project Phase 2. The second payment includes the labor, tools, equipment, and all the work required in accordance with the plans. Finally, Council authorized the interim city manager to execute the First Amendment to the Exclusive Negotiations Agreement. The current agreement is set to expire on July 14, 2021, and the First Amendment was approved for an additional 6-month period to continue negotiating and drafting terms and conditions of the DDA for the sale and development of the 18-unit Veterans Housing Project adjacent to 14115 Corderi Avenue with the Skid Row Housing Trust. On the city attorney's calendar, one claim was denied. Lastly, in the City Council discussion action items, Council voted to send a letter in opposition to Assembly Bill 1401, which would strip local control from cities to impose parking requirements on new developments near public transit locations. Council discussed taking things slow to ensure safety and caution with lessening COVID restrictions. They voted to approve the mayor's proposal to withhold in-person council meetings until after July 31st, when they can assess where they're at to make the best and safest decision for constituents. Well, that's it for the meeting this week. Thank you for joining us for Council Recap. Remember, you can always watch the City Council meetings in their entirety by going to www.youtube.com and searching for Hawthorne Community Television. Stay safe and healthy, and we'll see you next time.